Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Pearl Fincher Museum of Art's 14th annual Pearls of Art Gala and our 2021 theme, Our Heroes, Portraits of Courage. My name is Sean Patrick Judge, and I am thrilled to be your host and MC for this evening. Tonight, we will be celebrating the healing power of art and paying special tribute to some of the amazing frontline workers from right here in our own community. We will also be treated to some fabulous virtual entertainment by Walter Sir and Mango Punch, as well as a marvelous silent auction, an introduction to Pearl Fincher's new executive director, Courtney Gardner, an appearance by the one and only Lyle Lovett, and much more. So stay tuned. Of course, tonight is all about supporting Pearl Fincher Museum of Fine Arts' mission in providing free, direct, first-hand access to original works of art to a regional, national, and international audience. One way you can help us do that is by bidding on items from our silent auction. Speaking of, we are thrilled to have Judge Lincoln Goodwin with us here tonight as our official auctioneer. Welcome, Judge Goodwin.
Thank you, Sean. I understand your last name is Judge, so from the fun judge to the not fun judge, thank you all for being here tonight. It really is great to be here. You know, the annual Pearls of Art Gala raises approximately half of the museum's yearly operating funds. Half. Can you believe that? Just from one night's event. And so your donations enable the museum to continue the vital role it's been playing in helping our community navigate the overwhelming challenges through the past year through amazing art and education. Now, we have had floods, we have had freezes. Freezing and flood is not going to stop the Pearl. So tonight, we ask each of you to give generously to help us reach our auction goal as we fill the STAR fundraising goal of $50,000. Now, we'll be tracking that goal throughout the broadcast at the bottom of your screen. All you have to do is text the word PEARL to 72727. That's PEARL, text the word PEARL to 72727, and you will be sent a link to register and give. Thank you again.
That same registration link will allow you to view and bid on items from our silent auction. Or if you're already registered, you will be receiving text messages throughout the night prompting you to give. All you have to do is respond to that text message with the word give and a number. No $sign, no commas, no decimal points, just give 50, give 100, give 50,000. You get the idea. So go freshen up your drink, get registered, and settle in for a great night. And now, before we get to the fabulous Walter Sir and Mango Punch, we have two very special surprise guests for you to get the evening started off right. Recording artists John Mark Magaha and Piper Jones are here to start the evening off with a special homage to the fact that even though we've been separated by COVID and have had to deal with catastrophic weather issues, we've met those challenges with perseverance and creativity over the last 12 months. Nothing, not even a global pandemic or Arctic snowstorm, will stop us from reaching out to the community. Some way, somehow. Take it away, John Mark and Piper.
Hey there, Piper. Ain't no mountain high, ain't no valley low, ain't no river wide enough, baby.
If you need me, call me. No matter where you are, no matter how far. Don't worry, baby. Just call my name. I'll be there in a hurry. You don't have to worry. 'Cause baby, there
Ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough, ain't no river wide enough to keep you from getting
to you, baby.
Remember the day I set you free. I told you you could always count on me, darling. And from that day on, I made a vow I'll be there when you want me, some way, somehow. Ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough, ain't no river wide
My name is Patricia Harlish, Chair for the Pearl Fincher Museum of Fine Arts Board of Directors. I'd like to thank the entire board, staff, and Army of Museum volunteers for their continued commitment to the Pearl. Thank you to our generous sponsors for their support this evening. I'm excited to introduce you to our new director, Courtney Gardner, who comes to us from Newport News, Virginia. She's been an incredible leader, not only as the executive director of the Peninsula Fine Arts Center, but in key leadership roles with many notable national community service organizations. It is a great joy to welcome Courtney to Texas.
Thank you, Patricia, for that great introduction. I'm so excited to be with you tonight, and it is now my pleasure to introduce our chairperson for this evening's event, Dr. Frances Stetson.
Thank you, Courtney. It's indeed an honor to have been invited to serve as the chair for the Pearl Gala this year. I'm overwhelmed with the generosity of the sponsors, with the talent and energy of the Gala committee itself, with Carla Shirley, who serves as our auction chair, and all the incredible donations that she's received to offer to you tonight. And of course, kudos to her auction committee as well, and all of those donors who gave these items that you're going to have a chance to bid on. I am convinced that the Pearl has the most committed, supportive, and I think visionary sponsors and donors and volunteers to actually make their vision a reality each and every day. So, get your smartphones out, get ready to have the opportunity to bid on some incredible items in support of the Pearl. This year, the Pearls of Art Gala honors heroes living and working among us who have given and sacrificed themselves beyond measure throughout the past challenging months of the pandemic. They've worked in service of others, and we want to honor them, our essential workers. The Pearl would like to introduce you to people and organizations throughout the evening that have partnered with us in the past and hopefully will do so again in the future to deliver our mission. You will see the faces of people who went to work every day, those who did not have the luxury of staying home or calling in. Our first hero is a Conroe ISD bus driver who has gone above and beyond for the students of Conroe during the pandemic, and you're about to learn more about her. Followed by a special tribute from our house band for the evening, Walter Sir and Mango Punch. And thank you, Marie Broussard. You are a portrait of courage.
Hello, I am Terry Katz, Museum Curator. When students visit Pearl, it is the bus driver who brings them safely from their school to the museum and returns them back again. Everyone at the museum enjoys hearing the children's laughter in the galleries as they tour the exhibitions. During the COVID shutdown of field trips, we have missed their visits and cannot wait to see those yellow buses pulling up to the Pearl's entrance once more. I am so excited that we are honoring a very special bus driver tonight, Marie Broussard. It just so happens that I see Miss Marie each morning when I bike my grandson Parker to Snyder Elementary in the Conroe Independent School District. Bus 4049, as Parker calls it, is always pulling into the bus lane as we arrive. During the weeks prior to a holiday, Bus 4049 is decked out with holiday decorations from its front grille to its back door. Miss Marie adds to the celebration by dressing up in costume on the specific holiday. My favorite costume was during Thanksgiving when she dressed up as a turkey, strutting her finery in a brown, orange, and red tulle tutu. Parker told me that he wished he lived far enough from school so that he could ride Bus 4049. Miss Marie has gone above and beyond to lift the spirits of these children during this difficult time, bringing them a little extra joy.
Hi everybody, I want to introduce myself and of course my bunny bus. My name is Marie and this is Bus 4049 and this is the bunny bus. So the children even volunteered to help me decorate my bus, and this is their mosaic of artwork, and I try to encourage their creativity. I want to be very thankful and honored that someone walked by my bus like Miss Terry and recognized what I was trying to accomplish. And I hope that by doing this and going out into the schools, into the public, that maybe I can encourage other people to remember that the children are having fun and the children are children.
Our teaching community has faced daunting professional and personal challenges in 2020 by having to learn almost overnight to teach in person and online classes simultaneously. At the same time, they are providing emotional support for children whose families have suffered incredible challenges due to job loss, and in many cases, not enough to eat or funds to buy school supplies. During the school year, Peggy Winters is a dedicated teacher aide at Hostler Elementary School in Klein ISD. In the summer months, she is a courageous woman whose personal mission is to keep children connected with learning. Peggy is a shining example of one who sees a need beyond the reach of the classroom and has been compelled to do something to make life and learning better. The pandemic and the Arctic blast have been no match for her resilience and her commitment to feeding children's minds and bodies. Meet an exceptional education worker and the energy behind Lunch and Learn.
My name is Peggy Winters, and I'm founder and director of Lunch and Learn, which is a program that serves an underserved community within Klein ISD. We bring the kids together in the summer for 2 weeks, 1 week in June and 1 week in July, and present different activities. We go on field trips and what have you. So Lunch and Learn started due to the fact that I am an employee at Hostler Elementary within Klein ISD. And I became aware of this community that was zoned to our school that had several underprivileged families in it. And I got to know one of the families personally and was able to go over into the neighborhood, and it was the first time I had kind of discovered this little community. And it had been on my heart for many summers that would go by. I would drive by that area frequently, and I thought something needs to be done for them in the summer. And finally, one year, as I was driving home from school, I passed this neighborhood, like I said, and there's a church right in front of the neighborhood. And I just took up some courage, and I really felt like I was being led into this church. So I drove in, I knocked on their office door, I explained who I was, that I was a teacher at the school that the children in the community go to, and I felt like something needed to be done for them in the summer, and this would be a fabulous place because it's right in front of their community. And they were very excited about it, and that day they handed me the keys to the building. So I got back in the car and I was like, okay, now Peggy, you have to do something. And now we have 60 to 65 children during the summer with our two groups. We have taken the kids to Houston Food Bank, and they've done kids meals. And then, as we all know, COVID-19 came and everything shut down. So we put together a drive-by. Everyone wore their masks, our volunteers, and we set up a drive-through line in the church parking lot where we normally would hold Lunch and Learn anyway. And everyone received their bag of the reference book and some academic work and what have you. And then we also went to the restaurants that normally donate food, and they gave us gift cards. So we were able to give the kids several different gift cards to the restaurants. We just went out and bought all new backpacks and school supplies. And we authorized another drive-by pickup, masks on, and handed everybody new backpacks and school supplies. And the children at that point were so excited to get back to school. Even though some of them had chosen online, they were thrilled that they were going to be able to get back into school. So the first time I was fully aware of Pearl Fincher Museum was when I came along on a field trip with a group of fourth graders from Hostler Elementary. And I was so amazed by what was here in our little community. and the children love it. So it is a real honor to be recognized, for Lunch and Learn to be recognized by the Pearl Fincher Museum of Fine Arts.
We would like to say that we are honored to be part of the Virtual Gala of the Pearl Fincher Museum. We were very thankful that we were part of your gala a couple years back, and we're very happy to be back, even if it's virtually. And of course, we hope we can see you again in person very soon. But thank you for choosing Mango Punch again for your event. We're going to play this song that has a very special meaning, particularly in these times.
I believe the children are future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside. Give them a sense of pride to make it easier. Let the children's laughter remind us how we used to be. Everybody's searching for a hero. People need someone to look up to. I never found anyone who fulfilled my needs. A lonely place to be, and so I learned to depend on me. I decided long ago never to walk in anyone's shadows. If I fail, if I succeed, at least I lived as I believe. No matter what they take from me, they can't take away my dignity. Because of greatest love of all is happening to me. I found the greatest love of all inside of me. The greatest love of all is easy to achieve. Learning to love yourself, it is the greatest love of all. I believe the children are future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside, and give them a sense of pride to make it easier. Let the children's laughter remind us how we used to be. I decided long ago never to walk in anyone's shadows. If I fail, if I succeed, at least I lived as I believe. No matter what they take from me, they can't take away my dignity. Because of greatest love of all is happening that special place that you've been dreaming of. Leads you to a lonely place. Find your strength in
Miss Amanda Funes.
All right, who's bidding? As you can see, there are so many things you can choose from parties to art to wine, you name it. And remember, you don't have to be local to win an auction item. All you have to do is pay for the shipping, and we will deliver any auction item you win directly to you. And if you're not yet registered, all you have to do is text the word PEARL to the number 72727 and get registered.
Art heals. Art defines people and culture. Art inspires compassion. Art knows no barriers, not social, economic, ethnic, intellectual, or physical or language barriers. For these reasons and more, the Pearl Fincher Museum of Fine Art has been bringing art to the heart of Northwest Houston since 2008. Encouraged by the inspiring Dr. Peter Marzio, who until his passing was director of Museum of Fine Arts Houston, the Pearl is the only fine arts museum in Harris County outside of the museum district. In fact, our opening exhibition, Frederick Remington in the American West, was a loan from MFAH, and it set a high bar for the quality of the work we show. We have since hosted 55 additional world-class touring exhibitions in the museum's main gallery and the Rebecca Cole Gallery, and more than 100 professional community artist shows in the Marilyn Morgan Hillary Community Gallery, and more than 300 events, including the Wanda Pauling concert series, lectures, read-ins, community gatherings, and even weddings in our beautiful, freshly renovated facilities. The defining characteristic of our museum has always been great resilience and the commitment of its leaders and patrons to carry the Pearl's community mission forward in good times and in periods of great challenges. During the global pandemic, our staff jumped in to create art-at-home projects, virtual exhibition tours, and online art class instruction. Through online delivery, our reach is expanding. At the Pearl, we have 3 priorities: exhibitions, education, and community. As a non-collecting museum, we are committed to continually elevating the levels of our exhibits to new and greater heights. With school tours, workshops, art contests, and family programs, the museum fulfills a critical need for community art education opportunities, and we are actively expanding our School of Art and the scope of our educational services. Housed in a former Harris County Public Library building, the Pearl is a great source of community pride. Audiences include children, adults, and seniors from diverse backgrounds, many of whom would not otherwise be exposed to such high-caliber art. To continue our important mission of providing access to art, as well as inclusive educational and public programming, we need your support. Always free of charge, we rely on memberships and donations to stay open and available to the public we serve. Your generosity facilitates your museum's important work. You make it possible to have art in the heart of Northwest Houston.
All right, let's keep those bids coming in. Again, everything you do is helping the Pearl. After a year of staying at home, many of us are ready to hit the road in 2021. We'll look no further. As always, we have amazing trips and parties for you in the Pearl auction. 1 week at the spectacular Cabo Vacation Home. Guests have raved about this experience and they are ready to go again. So bid on that one. There are also amazing trips to Italy, Antigua in the Caribbean, and an incredible Acapulco vacation. If you are looking to get away in Texas here locally, maybe going overseas isn't your thing, this particular time, we have great Texas trips for you, including a great vacation on our own Matagorda Bay, just down south. So as everyone knows, folks at the Pearl do know how to party. Now, thankfully, those parties have never resulted in anybody having to come visit me at the court, so everybody parties and has a great time. Starting with a golf putting party for 6 at the home of our own and dear friends, Sam and Patricia Harless, for dinner and a surprise golf celebrity guest. And we have a spectacular party at the home of Francis Stetson, plus a festive Valentine's Day dinner party for 30 guests at Shirley Acres. So here's another opportunity. There's a great Christmas celebration that we have that you won't find anywhere else. Jump in a limousine with 10 friends, head to Valerie Lang's stunningly decorated home for the holidays for happy hour and dinner, and then catch the limo or a sleigh to tour the best holiday light decorations in Houston.
You know, I'd like to share a reason why art is very important to me. As a child growing up, I was lucky enough to be surrounded by art because of being in a university town. I'm from Iowa, and normally you wouldn't think someone living in the middle of cornfields would be exposed to the power and majesty of beautiful art from the likes of Picasso or Monet or you name it. But I actually was, and it changed me for the better. I actually devoted my whole life to the performing arts, and it's because of my exposure to beautiful pieces of art like you can find here at Pearl Fincher. So please, remember what you're giving for, exposing someone to an amazing, powerful medium that could turn them into an artist themselves. And now I'd like to introduce a couple whose tremendous support of the museum is well worth honoring. Please welcome Pearl Board member Dr. Joe Fowler and his lovely wife Linda as they pay tribute to a very special couple.
Thank you all. It has been a great honor for me to serve on the board of the Pearl Fincher Museum of Fine Arts, a board that since its inception was led by the tremendous Dr. Calvin Cobb. Calvin, your leadership and vision are responsible for the success we have seen over the last 14 years, and we are all so grateful.
In fact, your impact has been so great that we would like to announce tonight that the reception gallery of the museum will now be named for you and Carol as a reminder to all who pass through of the wonderful champions you have both been for the arts. We love you and we thank you. So from wherever you are, please give Carol and Calvin a big round of applause.
Thank you, Joe and Linda. Carol and I are very honored and deeply touched by your naming the reception gallery for us. It's a great joy for us to be part of the Pearl family, and the Pearl has given us great joy over the many years that we have been associated with it. And we've done it together. So now I want to introduce my precious Carol.
Thank you from the bottom of our hearts to the Pearl Board and the entire Pearl family for this very special honor. Calvin and I love being a part of this community treasure, and we know that art has long been and continues to be a powerful source of lifting the spirit and healing the soul. It is our pleasure to introduce our next courageous hero from the medical community. Charlie Gallagher, you are a portrait of courage.
My name is Charles Gallagher. I'm the Director of Operations here at Houston Methodist Willowbrook Hospital, and it is my honor and privilege to accept this recognition on behalf of all the healthcare heroes that make up our family at Houston Methodist Willowbrook. And my particular role was Operations Section Chief. And as part of that, it was pretty amazing to see the team to come together and the agility and the rapid progression of being able to change our processes, implement new operations and things, being a part of a team that could be so swift and nimble on their feet, to be able to change our processes and then look at infection control policies, and how we were going to be treating these patients, what we had in place, what we needed to change. We were learning on the go with things that we didn't even know about it yet, and it's kind of unique where we thought that this is going to be a couple of weeks, ordeal, and everybody's, adrenaline gets up and things like that, and then you kind of settle in realizing this is going to be for a long haul. And I think from an aspect of our patients, the toughest thing for me was the visitation. We had to restrict the visitation. So these COVID patients that are sick and they're scared, because of what's happening to them, they don't know what's going to happen with them, and they can't have their family members in the, at the bedside, and even in the community, as I was going to church or just being able to talk to people, and, they would relay that they have a family member that's in the hospital, but they can't see them, they can just communicate with their phone and things like that. So they knew that they were okay. But, I think part of the healing process is having that, that connection, that physical touch, that, emotional component where you get from your loved ones, that just was missing. Being in a room by yourself, it's hard. It's hard. I enjoyed coming in every day, even though I knew it was going to be a long day and it was going to be tiring, but to be able to walk across that sky bridge, with all of those pictures that the kids from our local school districts drew, the words of encouragement, the prayers that they wrote out, and just to take a few minutes on the way in and on the way out each day just to stop and read those, and just to reflect on what they are doing for us, to support us, those guys and the community partners recognizing us as being heroes, because of what we come to do every day. It was very encouraging, especially in a time where you just think, is this going to ever end, so it was a positive thing. For the murals themselves, I think, what an honor, right? I mean, I had no idea that I was going to be selected to be on a mural. It's an honor to be a part of that. Again, it's an honor to be able to be selected for this and recognized, and I'm happy to be a representative for Willowbrook at the gala. But this is about the team, and the pulling together and all the things that this great team has done to ensure that we were able to successfully navigate COVID-19. And as we continue on with that journey, because it's not done yet, we still have a lot of work to do as we learn new things about the virus and things like that with the different variants that are coming out, and the changes that are out in the community with the mask mandates and things like that. Who knows what's going to happen, next, but I do know that with the resiliency and the agility of this team, that we'll be ready for it, that we will be able to find a way to get through it.
When I'm down and oh my soul so weary, when trouble comes and my heart burdened be, then I sit still and wait there in the silence until you come and sit a while with me. You raise me up so I can climb all mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up so I can climb on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up so I can climb on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up to more than I could be.
We've seen so many sacrifices from so many in our community, our county, and our nation, looking out for all of us. And so thank you for all that you have done. It was good to see that, and it's a good reminder to us of your great sacrifices. Welcome back, everyone. So I want to highlight some of our amazing auction items and ask you to bid generously and bid often. So here's a couple of items that may pique your interest for those that love golf and those that love wine. Here's a golfer's delight. That is a rare opportunity for your foursome to play at the #1 private golf course in America. A 2-night stay at Blue Jack National Golf Club. Plus we have golf for 4 at Blue Jack. That it's the only Tiger Woods designed course in the country. And let me tell you about an added bonus. Now this is very, very special and very, very rare opportunity. This package also includes golf at the very exclusive Carlton Woods golf course. So you don't have to go far to play some amazing golf right in here in our community. And so all of you wine connoisseurs, there's something for you too. We have an eye-popping basket of 25 premium, and I mean premium wines. Now, I know our folks at the Pearl, you love your wine, and these are amazing wine packages. All the more wine than you could want right here at this auction. You don't want to miss out on it. There's even a Champagne of the Month package to help you celebrate a year of holidays and festive occasions. And so thank you, really, to all the names that we see scrolling on the bottom of our screens. Please keep your generous donations coming. Now, on with the show.
Good evening. Thank you again so much for allowing me into your homes this evening. As a newer member of the Pearl, it's my pleasure to be with you. At the Pearl, we're not here to turn everyone into artists or get everyone to like abstract art. What the Pearl does every day is connect people to each other, give people a way to communicate and understand ourselves and each other, and build a stronger community by strengthening education and a love for the visual arts. The Pearl is a wonderful space filled with activity with a beautiful park that surrounds the museum. But as lovely as the park and the museum is, that is not what we focus on each day. What makes the Pearl unique is not a collection of art objects or the architecture of its building, but its focus on people and their needs. When I thought of what I wanted to say to you this evening, I began with a simple question. How would I explain to a friend why the Pearl Fincher Fine Arts Museum is important? After all, I do consider you all as friends of the Pearl. So this is how I want to answer this question. The Pearl Fincher helps create a thriving arts environment that makes our community a better place to live, work, and play. With a small but hardworking staff and a large group of volunteers, the Pearl has built on 13 years of success and continues to provide core services that include supporting local artists and building the local arts community, presenting exhibits that play a role in Northwest Houston for entertainment and art education, providing educational support to our schools, teaching in and through the art to students of all ages, and providing a welcoming physical space where we can all come together. All of these services help build a stronger community. But I have an expanded vision for the Pearl. We want to use the arts as a tool for social change and community building. The Pearl wants to be a partner in addressing the challenges facing our area. So I'm investing time in talking to the community, identifying needs in order to build those partnerships. The Pearl will now begin to build services for special populations in the community that embrace the healing power of creative art therapies. These services will be offered to those with physical limitations or mental or behavioral challenges. We're working with partners that serve veterans and first responders to develop this project, and we want to begin implementing it in the fall at no cost to the participants. We're excited about this new program for the Pearl. Everyone from the board to the staff of the Pearl wants to continue to leverage the collective strength of this wonderful arts and cultural organization in order to expand arts participation, develop innovative collaborations, and promote Northwest Houston as a great place to live, work, and play. And with your help today and tomorrow, we can. Finally, there's a special person that the Pearl wants to recognize this evening. She has given invaluable services to the Pearl as the interim director. Clara Lewis has been involved with the Pearl from the very beginning, both as a founder, and she has served in many capacities throughout the years. She's well known across our organization and certainly qualifies as one of our heroes, and a hero extraordinaire in our art world. I want to personally thank Clara Lewis for her support. Many of you know that she's retiring from the Pearl at the end of April. And now I get to introduce one who is a special hero to us and to the entire community, a true Renaissance man and a deeply appreciated supporter of the Pearl, Harris County's Commissioner, Cactus Jack Cagle.
I'm Jack Cagle, and I am here today to celebrate with you, to collaborate with you, and to talk about a collection, collect with you. Let's start first with the collection. We are here in the beautiful Pearl Museum, and today we are celebrating our 14th annual Pearls of Art Gala. Our arts and our parks are to our community what your lawn and paint is to a house. It allows us to tie in and to make the places we live to be beautiful. We don't have to live in a box on a curb. We can live in a beautiful house, and we can live in a beautiful community. So let's talk about the collaborators to that effect. You and I are collaborators today in promoting this beautiful art that we have here that impacts our communities. And we also have some special collaborators that we get to celebrate. Our very own Dr. Calvin Cobb and his beautiful wife, Carol, are stepping aside and allowing the next generation to come in. We're so thankful for the great job that Doc and Carol have done here. We're also excited about who they've handed their torch off to. The wonderful, the brilliant public servant, Patricia Harless, former state rep, former volunteer extraordinaire. and our other collaborator, who is Courtney Gardner, our new benefactor for helping us run this organization. And we are celebrating. We're theming today the heroes who are portraits of courage, because we have witnessed firsthand courage in our community, and we celebrate that today. Whether it be through the EM services who relate to us one-on-one, whether it be the road and bridge crews who put rock down during the snowpocalypse and the ipocalypse, or help pick up our debris in the aftermath, and whether it be our law enforcement who stand in the gap to protect us as we move along. We are blessed by many first responders right here in our community. And today, in our 14th annual Pearls of Gala, we celebrate our heroes' portraits in courage.
So today was very special for all of us, getting to reunite with Michael, seeing that where he was on the verge of death, and then him walk through those doors is just a very incredible and humbling experience for all of us. We don't get to see that. Usually we show up, we take care of someone, and then we have no idea the outcome, or the majority of the time in his case, the outcome is not positive. So for us to be able to be here a year later and see him walking and talking and going through things with him is just one of the highlights of my career, and it shows that it's all the hard work and things that we go through and see, they sometimes pay off, you know, and so it was very important to have that experience today.
For me, it's pretty overwhelming to see Michael today, because I actually wasn't expecting what we saw. He's definitely a miracle. I was the first one that saw Michael that day when we got on scene, and yeah, he did not look very good. We thought he was gonna die. You know, we look at his vitals, we look at him, and it just did not look good. So like I said, just for him to walk in this door, I mean, for him to even walk in this door, it's a miracle. This is a bonus. It's the way I look at it. But just going on and helping someone, I've been a paramedic 19 years, and my mentality is always to treat them the way that I would like someone to treat my family. And you never know if you're the last person they're going to see. You never know if you're the last voice they're going to hear. So I always try to be compassionate to them, because that might be the last words, the last thought, the last touch. So that's my thought process that gets me through every day, being here and dealing with the stress and the patients.
So in regards to the last year, the pandemic and everything that we've seen, our worlds have been kind of turned upside down personally and professionally, and it was just a really chaotic year. But people were still sick, accidents still happened, and we still showed up and did what we do best and what we're called to do. And I think that Michael's case is just a perfect example that, you know, people didn't quit living their lives, and we didn't quit showing up and helping them in their worst day. So it's been an interesting year, but I think it's made all of us stronger, and I think it's really made each of us appreciate how good we have it, and we couldn't be more just humbled to be recognized for our efforts this last year.
We dreamers have our way of facing rainy days, but somehow we survive. We keep our feelings warm, protect them from the storm, until our time arrives. Then one day the sun appears, and we go shining through the lonely years. I made it through the rain, I kept my world protected. I made it through the rain, I kept my point of view. I made it through the rain, I found myself respected by the others who God rained on to and made it through. When friends are hard to find and life is so unkind, sometimes you feel afraid. Just aim above the clouds and rise above the crowds and start your own parade. 'Cause when I chase my fears away, that's when I knew that I could finally say I made it through the rain. I found myself protected. I made it through the rain. I kept my point of view. I made it through the rain and found myself respected by the others who God trained on to and made it through. I made it through the rain. I found myself protected. I made it through the rain. I kept my point of view. I made it through the rain and found myself respected by the others who God trained on to and made it through. And made it through. And made it
Oh, my goodness, that is one tearjerker. How are you doing? Are you hanging in there? Perhaps now is a good time to go refresh your drink and take another look at the silent auction again. What do you think, Lincoln?
So this has been one of the most moving Pearl Galas that I've ever been a part, and I'm sure you agree. Now let's go look at some more of the auction items. We've got something for everyone, for the art lover as well as for the sports fan. So what is a Pearl Gala auction without some amazing artwork? In-person and virtual visitors to the Pearl in 2020 were swept away by the breathtaking photographs of our own Don Pine. Don has generously donated some of his spectacular images, as have other outstanding artists, for our 2021 auction that can be yours. Thank you to all of you for your donations, especially you, Don. We also have great memorabilia for all you sports fans, including an autographed ball by none other than our own Houston Astros star, Jose Altuve, one of the Astros we were thankfully able to keep. And so keep those bids and donations coming in so that we can keep fine art and excellent art and education in our own neighborhood.
I wouldn't wait too long to bid on that one. And I'd like to take a moment right now to thank all of you who have already given so generously this evening. As you can see at the bottom of your screen, we are making progress toward our goal, and we couldn't be more excited and grateful. Now, earlier tonight, we made mention that a certain gentleman by the name of Lyle Lovett might be stopping by. Well, the time has come. Here to honor our final hero of the evening is Texas's own Lyle Lovett.
I'm Lyle Lovett. I feel lucky to travel the world over, but I always feel luckiest to be able to come back to my home in Texas, in suburban Northwest Houston, in the Klein community. It's always been important to me to spend as much time as I can with my family. Caring for people you live and work with, and they're caring for you, are the most important things in life. I joke that I grew up living in the country, but now I live in the city, and I haven't moved, because the city moved to us. This small, unincorporated agricultural community boomed to more than 1.2 million residents and has a major cadre of law enforcement and emergency service workers. I grew up with a number of these brave individuals and feel blessed to call many of them lifelong personal friends. Harris County Precinct 4 Constable Mark Herman is one of those lifelong friends. He leads the largest constable department in the United States. They sacrifice daily to provide safety and security for our community. I'm grateful to honor Constable Mark Herman and his deputies for everything they do for us. I'm happy to join the Pearl Fincher Museum of Fine Arts in honoring all the frontline workers who risk their lives on our behalf every day. I'm proud that my home community has the only fine arts museum in Harris County located outside of downtown Houston. When the pandemic stopped the world we knew, people turned to the arts to help navigate the long road to well-being. Art inspires us to create a better world, and it's important we support art and artists with our donations. Natural Forces is a song I wrote about taking personal responsibility for the world we create. The line, "Home is where my horse is," symbolizes that responsibility. We're responsible to our community to be the best citizens we can be, and whether or not we can control what happens around us, we still have to rise to a level of responsibility to keep us all going. The brave frontline workers are doing exactly what the message in my song suggests, rising to the responsibility. They're out there fighting every day to protect us, being responsible for us, not just in this community, but all over the world. My prayer for all of us can be summed up in the final verse of my song, "Lord, I pray that I'm worth fighting for." It is a great honor to be asked to recognize our frontline workers and their heroic efforts. Thank you to each one of you out there rising up to take care of our community and our world beyond.
Hello, folks. I'm Mark Herman, and it is an honor and a privilege to serve as your elected Harris County Precinct 4 Constable, alongside some of the bravest and most dedicated men and women I've ever met. I deeply appreciate the kind words of my good friend, Lyle Lovett, who personifies the best Texas has to offer. I'm a local guy myself, and likewise love serving the Harris County Precinct 4 community. The events of 2020 and the added challenges we faced in kicking off 2021 are like nothing else we have ever faced before. We had to figure out in lightning speed how to keep our community safe during a lockdown and how to keep our officers protected from this relentless virus that invaded our world. I don't know if you've ever thought about it, but it is really, really hard, if not impossible, to keep the peace and stay 6 feet apart at the same time. The men and women of Precinct 4 put themselves at risk every single day in what used to be called normal times. They met the added worry of becoming ill themselves, as many did, and keeping their own families safe with courage, bravery, beyond belief. If COVID wasn't enough, then we all had to deal with an Arctic blast a few months ago that paralyzed Harris County and a major portion of our great country. In the past 5 years, our brave deputies have been involved in more gunfights than I myself have seen in the first 30 years of my law enforcement career. I can attest that the positive, overwhelming support we receive from the communities we serve is what keeps us motivated and keeps us in the good fight for our citizens. Being recognized by the Pearl Fincher Museum and the Northwest community as heroes for things we consider as just doing our job is tremendous and very encouraging to us. You may not know it, but we are neighbors with the museum and take great pride in having our office in the heart of the Cypress Creek Cultural District on the edge of College Park. It is a special centering point for the Northwest neighborhood that brings children, families, and friends together in a very unique way. Thank you for honoring the men and women in blue and for making us a part of your celebration. And if community support like this is foreign to you, then as Lyle Lovett's song, "That's Right, You're Not From Texas." Thank you very much.
You say you're not from Texas. Man, as if I couldn't tell. You think you pull your boots on right and wear your hat so well. So pardon me my laughter, as I sure do understand. Even Moses got excited when he saw the promised land. That's right, you're not from Texas. That's right, you're not from Texas. That's right, you're not from Texas. Texas wants you anyway. That's right, you're not from Texas. That's right, you're not from Texas. That's right, you're not from Texas. Texas wants you anyway. See, I was born and raised in Texas. It means so much to me. And though my girl comes from down in Georgia, we're up in Tennessee. And as we were driving down the highway, she asked me, baby, what's so great? How come you're always going on about your Lone Star State? I said, that's right, you're not from Texas. That's right, you're not from Texas. That's right, you're not from Texas. Texas wants you anyway. That's right, you're not from Texas. That's right, you're not from Texas. That's right, you're not from Texas. Texas wants you anyway. All the road, it looked so lovely as she stood there on the side, and she grew smaller in my mirror as I watched her wave goodbye. Those boys from Carolina, well, they sure enough could sing. When they came on down to Texas, we all showed them how to swing. Now David's on the radio, and no Champ's still on the guitar, and Uncle Waltie's at home with a Heidi in her loving arms. That's right, you're not from Texas. That's right, you're not from Texas. That's right, you're not from Texas. Texas wants you anyway. That's right, you're not from Texas. That's right, you're not from Texas. That's right, you're not from Texas. Texas wants you anyway. But those old folks in Missouri, they don't even know you're there. But at a dance all down in Texas, that's the finest place to be. All the women, they all look beautiful, and their men will buy your beer for free. They'll say, that's right, you're not from Texas. That's right, you're not from Texas. That's right, you're not from Texas. Texas wants you anyway. That's right, you're not from Texas. That's right, you're not from Texas. That's right, you're not from Texas. Texas wants you anyway. So won't you let me help you, mister? Just pull your hat down the way I do, and buy your pants just a little longer. And next time somebody laughs at you, you just tell them you're not from not from Texas. That's right, you're not from Texas. That's right, you're not from Texas. Texas wants you anyway. That's right, you're not from Texas. That's right, you're not from Texas. That's right, you're not from Texas. Texas wants you anyway. That's right, you're not from Texas. That's right, you're not from Texas. That's right, you're not from Texas. Texas wants you anyway. That's right, you're not from Texas. That's right, you're not from Texas. That's right, you're not from Texas. But Texas wants you anyway. That's right, you're not from Texas. That's right, you're not from Texas. That's right, you're not from Texas. Texas wants you anyway. Texas wants you anyway.
Wow, thank you, Lyle. All right, we are nearing the end of the evening, but don't go anywhere just yet because we have a phenomenal finale planned for you. Earlier tonight, you heard from Pearl Fincher's executive director, Courtney Gardner, about the very exciting future of the museum. And even though COVID has dealt a devastating blow to all of us over the past 12 months, the museum has persevered and been a beacon of hope for many in the community during the pandemic.
There's something for everyone at the Pearl Fincher Museum of Fine Arts. Having been a neighbor to the Pearl at the courthouse for the last 6 years, I find it's just a great place to come, reflect, see some beautiful artwork, and enjoy our community. You know, you're bidding on some wonderful things tonight. Maybe it's a sports package, or maybe it's a golf trip, or maybe it's a vacation. And those are amazing things and experiences that you can enjoy, and I hope you do. But what lasts here, what's the enduring experience, is our own Pearl. And what you're doing when you're bidding and enjoying those experiences is you're allowing our community to come in and have their own experiences. Maybe it's a child who's learning about art. Maybe it's a family that's coming together to see an exhibit and see and learn about other parts of the world and other cultures and other times and civilizations. The Pearl is just an amazing place. It's amazing for everyone. And so thank you so much for everything that you're doing in giving tonight. Now, as you consider your gift, we've got one last surprise for you. A final thank you to all the frontline heroes of the past year. So get those phones out and give while you enjoy this last very special original song from Walter Sewer and Mango Punch.
For every night your sense of duty kept you away from home. For every sacrifice you made when you were needed most. For all the grief and loss you witnessed and somehow managed to stay strong. For all the love you gave to those who were alone. For putting your own life at risk to care for others in need. For fighting an uncertain battle where it takes time to succeed. For every call for help you answered. For all the pain you soothed away. For every long and tired day we want to say, oh, thank you, thank you, thank you for all that you do. For every person you helped when they most needed you. For helping others keep their faith when doubt surrounded you. For being there when we relied on you. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you for all that you are. For never choosing to quit even when things got hard. For every choice you had to make that wasn't easy for you. For this and more we thank and honor you. For all the danger that you faced so you could save a life. For always having to be brave to keep us safe from harm. For training hard to be prepared. For learning more to lead the way. For your commitment every day we want to say, oh, thank you, thank you, thank you for all that you do. For every person you help when
Wow, what a remarkable evening this has been. As you can see at the bottom of your screen, you're all being so incredibly generous this evening. This museum exists because of you. It was created not by a huge endowment, but by many, many supporters who combined forces to create this gem. We need you to keep those donations coming so that we can expand and grow. Thank you again to all of our sponsors and everyone who made this evening possible. And thank you for having me. I've had a great time.
Life is good. With its ups and downs, you have to know that it's still flowing like it should. And it's up to you to make the best to keep things growing now. Now is the only time when you can make things happen. Now is the only time you really have to make things happen. Look now, it's a new day coming, a new reminder that life is good. Wake up, it's a new day coming. Look around and notice all the things you have that make it so good. It's true. One good place to start is to be thankful for the ones you love. It's true. Love is all you need, and all the world could use your love right now. Now is the only time when you can make things happen. Now is the only time you really have to make things happen. Look now, it's a new day coming, a new reminder that life is good. Wake up, it's a new day coming. Look around and notice all the things you have that make it so good. Look now, it's a new day coming, a new reminder that life is good. Wake up, it's a new day coming. Look around and notice all the things you have that make it so good. Look now, it's a new day coming, a new reminder that life is good. Wake up, it's a new day coming. Look around and notice all the things you have that make it so good.